Middle East dominance, the world's most dangerous game. Who is playing, who could win, and why could we all lose? As we know, Iran attacked Israel on the night of October 1, 2024. Approximately 200 missiles, primarily ballistic, were fired, posing significant challenges for interception due to their high speed and angled trajectory. This recent attack involved twice as many ballistic missiles as Iran's previous strike in April, which included 300 weapons, such as drones, cruise missiles, which are slower and have a flatter trajectory, and some ballistic missiles. During the April assault, approximately 99% of the missiles were reportedly intercepted, resulting in minimal damage. However, in the latest incident, both US and UK forces participated in Israel's defense. Pentagon Press Secretary Major General Pat Ryder confirmed that 2 warships launched about a dozen defense interceptors targeting the ballistic missiles. He remarked on the scale of the attack, stating, "You don't launch that many missiles at a target without the intent of hitting something." Thanks, Pat. But why did Iran launch this attack? What lies behind this escalation? Iran's missile barrage on Israel was a retaliation for the recent assassinations of key Hamas and Hezbollah leaders. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps of Iran claimed responsibility for the attack, which followed the killing of Ismail Haniyeh, the leader of Hamas' political wing, in Tehran in July, and Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah in an Israeli airstrike in Beirut shortly before the attack. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, expressed his grief over the death of Nasrallah, but still proceeded with a scheduled meeting with elites in Tehran on October 2nd, stating that Iran's mourning serves as a reviving and driving force. These developments have significantly heightened tensions in the Middle East, drawing global attention and raising fears of a potential broader conflict in the region. What was Israel's response? Prime Minister Netanyahu warned that Iran would pay for its actions, emphasizing Israel's determination to retaliate and stating that Tehran had made a big mistake tonight. Despite the Iranian attack, Israel continued its operations in Lebanon. Israel issued new evacuation orders for residents in approximately 25 villages in southern Lebanon, where strikes are ongoing. Hezbollah, however, claims to have repelled an Israeli ground assault in a border village, though the Israeli military has not commented on this incident. The Secretary General of Lebanon's Independent National Bloc Party shared on the World Service's Newsday program. "None of us slept much last night. It was the 5th consecutive night that the southern suburb was hit. Every hour, the Israeli army posts on Twitter warning residents to evacuate. However, it's nearly impossible for people to find a way out within the half-hour window before the strike occurs. It's not only taking the human toll, but is also causing severe psychological trauma." Understanding Iran's anger. Why is Hezbollah significant? Hezbollah is a Shiite Muslim political and militant group based in Lebanon. It was founded in the early 1980s during the Lebanese Civil War as a response to the Israeli invasion of Lebanon in 1982. Strongly influenced by Iran's Islamic Revolution, Hezbollah receives financial and military support from the strongly Shiite country, and to some extent Syria. Originally, Hezbollah aimed to resist Israeli occupation, end foreign intervention in Lebanon, and establish an Islamic State in Lebanon. Over the years, Hezbollah has evolved into a major political force in Lebanon, maintaining a powerful armed wing and participating in parliamentary politics. It controls parts of southern Lebanon and the Bekaa Valley, and operates social services, hospitals, and schools for Lebanese Shiites, garnering substantial support among its constituents. The United States, the European Union, and other countries classify Hezbollah as a terrorist organization due to its militant activities, including rocket attacks on Israel and involvement in global terrorist operations. However, in Lebanon and some parts of the Middle East, it is also viewed as a resistance movement for its role in fighting Israeli forces and involvement in regional conflicts like the Syrian civil war. So, who was Hassan Nasrallah? The leader Iran is mourning. Hassan Nasrallah was the Secretary General of Hezbollah. He led the group since 1992 after the assassination of his predecessor, Abbas al-Musawi, by an Israeli airstrike. Nasrallah was known for his charismatic leadership, strategic insights, and his ability to rally support for Hezbollah both in Lebanon and within the broader Shiite Muslim community in the Middle East. Under his leadership, Hezbollah became an even more significant political and military force in the Middle East. Nasrallah was a vocal critic of Israel and the United States, positioning Hezbollah as a resistance movement against Israeli occupation and Western influence. He was pivotal in the 2006 Lebanon War, enhancing Hezbollah's reputation for resilience and military effectiveness. Despite his influence, Nasrallah kept a low profile for security reasons, rarely appearing in public and delivering speeches primarily through video broadcasts. His death has prompted Iran's strike on Israel, putting the Middle East and the world on edge. Iran's stance. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei attributed the ongoing tensions in the region to the US and some European countries, accusing them of falsely claiming to bring peace and stability. He further declared that these foreign powers must leave for the region to achieve true peace. What might Israel's next move be? Frank Gardner, the BBC's security correspondent, suggests that Israel's response will likely be forceful, in contrast to the restraint it showed following Iran's missile attack in April. Israel's current strategy appears twofold: to target its adversaries through assassinations and airstrikes, and use deterrence to demonstrate that any attack on Israel will be met with even greater force. Former Israeli intelligence officer Avi Melamed believes that Iran's missile barrage is poised to provoke a significant and immediate counterstrike from Israel. This raises questions about what form that retaliation might take. Israel likely has plans in place for strikes on Iranian targets, and its defense leaders are now considering the timing and scale of their response. Potential targets include land bases that launch the missiles, command and control centers, and refueling facilities. Israel might also consider striking Iran's petrochemical sites or even activating its network of agents within Iran to go after those responsible for the missile attack. If Israel decides to escalate further, it could target Iran's nuclear facilities. In any case, a subsequent Iranian counterattack seems almost inevitable, potentially continuing the cycle of violence between the two nations. The situation in the Middle East is at a critical juncture. The stakes are high, and each action by either side has the potential to escalate into a broader conflict. As nations tumble into a state of war like dominoes, the world's attention remains fixed on this dangerous game of power. But one question looms large: will diplomacy and restraint prevail, or are we witnessing the prelude to a full-scale regional war? The coming days will reveal whether this conflict can be contained, or if it will spiral into a more critical confrontation with global implications. If you found this analysis insightful and want to stay informed on the latest developments in the Middle East and global geopolitics, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Share your thoughts in the comments. How do you think this conflict will unfold, and what impact could it have on the rest of the world? Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on these critical events. Let's continue the conversation.